Well, Facebook Marketplace got me again. Got the trailer, got the truck, got cash. Let's get out of here. Well, you guys are probably wondering why I did a videotape. Here's where the truck was parked. Here was a school with kids playing this school playground. I don't know about you. I wouldn't like someone videotape around my kids. So that's just me. So I didn't videotape. I didn't know how the people felt about videotaping. So I decided not to. Just because, simple fact, you know, you gotta have some privacy. So, but, back to it. Here is the 93 f250 two-wheel drive. Like, even has these white walls. Turbo diesel. So yeah, I woke up this morning. Kind of took today to get some stuff done around the property, and I'm starting a couple jobs tomorrow. And then, yeah, well, scrolling old marketplace around 7 a.m. this morning. Guess what gets listed for $1,500? And I was like, you know, I really don't need one. Do I love these IDIs? Absolutely. Have I owned tons? Oh, I can't even count how many IDIs I've had. IDI, if everyone's wondering, was from, don't count on this, not complete professional, but it was 84 to 93. 94 is when they went to the Power Stroke 7.3, so 6.9 IDI was the first year's 7.3 IDI. And this one is a 93, and a 92 and 93, they have the option of doing a factory turbo. Sure enough, factory turbo. This is a 5-speed manual transmission. I grabbed my power probe, or not a power probe, my heat temp gauge. But yeah, it is very clean. So the backstory on this, they said it had a fuel leak. And normally on these things, what we'll show you guys here is that on these suckers, what I've always seen leak, like I said, I've owned, well, I had one that made it to 700,000. Where's the head clipper? There it is. As the little heater core always leaks. So that's what I was thinking, or the return lines on the injection pump. Well, sure enough, looking at it, I'm like, oh dang, they put new batteries, both sides. Pretty obvious, you know, and the fuel filter hasn't been changed anytime soon. This is the serpentine belt model. What came, I want to say is only 93, 94, but don't count on that. But first thing I checked, pull the dipstick. I don't know if you guys can see, the oil is to right here, and the full line is here. And it smelled. Problem is, like, when I first smelled it, it smelled like coolant. Well, it was weird because I was like, oh, there's no white on it. Well, the reason why is I put my finger in the radiator cap, so that didn't help. But it stinks like straight diesel. And my curiosity, my question is there so much diesel on this dipstick that I could light it? Okay, no, it stinks though. I mean, diesel's not the most flammable, but I was curious if it'd go up. Oh, a little bit, but yeah, so that's not ideal. So back to this thingamajig. Put this dipstick back in here. Just like that. Alright. So, you check it out too. Radiator has brand new fluid in it. What I'm kind of about. And it has a horrible mess. And I haven't fully determined what exactly is it. Is it a blown injector? It's an injection pump acting up. Another comment is bent push rods. It's the head gasket shot. The brand new coolant to me kind of freaks me out a little bit. But he did say this was leaking. So did this leak so much that they had to put new coolant in it? That's a question to be determined. So what I'll do, I'm gonna leave the radiator cap off. See if we get any bubbles. But I'm just gonna run it for a little bit because I want to drain the oil before I run it too long. Hear that horrible mess? Yeah, it's a horrible mess. So, let's do it honors and shut it off. And let's drain the oil out of this thing. Not sure how well this camera's gonna work on here. Oh, well, I'll do. Okay. Well, I started home. Let's drain this oil out. Jeez. Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, that does not look like oil.
Oh, it's very diesely.
Yeah.
Go get me a rag, please.
Okay.
There's some on that bench. Oh no, and behind the rental.
Oh.
Alrighty. So these things hold right at 10 quarts. Put 8 quarts in this thing and see what it looks like. At least now when we run it and I'm testing if this thing's good or not and what the issue is, at least I know it has good oil and it won't hurt any bearings any more than it's already probably hurt, because God knows how long it's been running like this. You know, you can't prevent from people doing stuff to it, you know. And that's honestly, like, you know, the guy was asking $1,500, and once I found the horrible miss, and without really digging into it and figuring out exactly what it is, I told him I'll give him $500, but I don't want to pay more for that, you know. Honestly, is it worth $1,500? Of course. but just not for me right now. I got a million other projects for this. I shouldn't even be working on this thing right now, but it's a new toy, so. But, you know. Worst case scenario, it's the motor blown up. Alright. There's a hole in the freaking piston. Just that turbo kit alone, I can get about $1,000. Body panels, another $1,000. I mean, I can part it out and make $3 grand all day long off of it, so. You know. Always could be worse. Okay, I put 4 quarts in already. Working on these things, and you're not working on someone else's nightmare. We'll add like another 2 quarts to it. We'll call it a day. And yes, I'm using Kirkland oil. Don't judge me. If this thing actually does run and stays running and it's worth paying money, it'll get a fresh service and everything gone through. Let's see here. Let's see if this thing gets any better. Clutch. Wait to start. Smoothing out a little bit. Well guys, about 10 days later, finally get time to work on this thing. Got myself an injector and let's hop in this girl. See, you got the return line kit over there. We'll see if this thing will start. Like I said, it's been sitting here. Ooh, it's hot in here. Okay. So, nothing like a broken key, but it's been a couple days. I'd say close to 10. Let's roll some windows down here. Waiting for the wait to start light to disappear. Ooh, so it runs like crap. So, let's go fix this. Admire my white legs. I don't wear shorts often. Trying to wear shorts more often. Holy jeez, jerky, shaky. Oh, Woo, I can smell the diesel. It's leaking diesel like no other. Alright. We'll call it there. Oh yeah. And the door handle don't work. I don't know if you guys can see that. Handle's broken. Kind of common on these. The older door handles from the 90s. So there's a bull nose, a brick nose, and some people call these arrow nose. I just call them all OBS's, this body style. But yeah, could be wrong. So, first thing first. Let's bump this hood. Let's go get some tools and we'll get back to this. Alright, so what we're working on, we're gonna get this top hat of the air filter assembly off and figure out what injector is running lean or too rich or whatever it's doing here. So, boom, 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 boom. Set to the side. Woo! I'd say that girl's seen better days. Oops. Okay. Well, that's out of our way. So, get you guys over here. Hello. So, you can see now that we have access points. So what we need to do, one thing I do notice is this return line here is leaking like no other. Let's check the turbo. Oh man, that turbo feels brand new. So what my thought is, we're gonna fire it up. It's okay to run it with the turbo open, it's not gonna kill it. Everyone calm down. And we're gonna pop an injector line and see if we notice any adjustment in the idle. It's definitely sounding like something's going on this side of the motor. So, like I said, let's put all these suckers down and all these tools. So, let's fire this puppy up. See if we can figure out what injector is acting up. Look back here. I don't know if you guys, that injector right back there, super loose. So what I'm thinking, we should take a wrench and go to every single injector and figure out. I mean, it's just squirting fluid back out. And I wonder if there's an injector loose over here and I just don't see it. Because what's happening is the return line back over here is leaking so bad it's putting diesel down there, and you're seeing the diesel spray out of where it cups to the intake manifold. Injectors backing out on these things are kind of common. So let's I say let's get some soapy water. Let's go around and squirt it and see if we can get some bubbles. That'll tell us if compression's blowing back out. So one thing I'll tell everyone, I've done many of these return line kits, is when you're doing it, take a piece at a time and build your new kit and work down the line. Do not rip it all out, because there's some that have a certain angle on them, there's some that are straight across. It's just nicer to go down the list. And let's say this is your daily driver and it's just leaking a little bit. Say you only get the right side done on one day, Sunday, and you got to work the next day. Well, you can do one side one week and do the other side the next week. It's not going to kill anything as long as, you know, it's still runnable. So, but yeah, that is my pro tip on this. Okay, so I got that side done. Quick note, and I had to remember this. On the turbo models, the crossover tube comes from these middle injectors, so it's a 3-prong. On the non-turbo models, it goes around the back, if I can remember right. And I think that's why this kit is not working perfectly, so I have to reuse 2 of the caps still. I'm putting new O-rings, so that's fine, but yeah, I screwed up on that. But let's pry your little legs open here for a stand. Got spots in here. Okay, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this so well. I'm gonna try. Let's see how loose this injector is. So it's a 1-inch. You gotta get the injector line out of your way. But you gotta be careful, you don't want to bend the line. So it's the second back. Second from the rear, I mean. Oh, come on. Of course, every single line's getting in my way now. Wow. So, I think I got another problem then. Oh, geez. I don't like that. That is really tight. I'm kind of curious if it's been loose for so long. Built carbon around the threads, and it's feels like I'm gonna snap it in there. All right, there goes nothing. Can't. No, jeez, that injector's in there. Oh, come on. Liam, stop that, please. Oh, don't like the sound of that. That would really suck to break that injector off in that block. All right. Oh yeah, it's been blowing past this thing. Looking at the ejector. And look at carbon. I don't know if you guys see that. Carbon all built up around the threads. Oh yeah, that's horrible. That thing's been loose for a long time. Just straight black. Wish I had a microscope to show you guys. Straight black carbon. I don't know if there's even a washer down there anymore. Let's come up with a game plan here. Oh, forgot to press record, but we're putting the new injector in. Vacuumed it out, cleaned it, ran a tracer down it. Thread tap, make sure all the carbon's cleaned up. Alright, we got all new return lines. We got that new injector in back there. I don't know if that injector was actually wrong, but it was definitely leaking around the seal. So I got the extra injector here that I can clean up if this is the wrong one. Well, that would be easy to swap out. So let's make sure everything's clear and try to start this thing. Move, kiddos. So sit so. Over.
Give me the keys, Nana.
I don't need the keys for this thing.
Oh, what? Oh.
Wait to start.
Good jumping.
Dumping outfield.
Where?
Back return line.
Whoops.
You see it? This squirting.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Now I gotta fix that. Let's take two. Let's try this. It's better. Still hasn't. Well, that's a slight miss. I want to drive it around a little bit, but the wife's driving it now. Yeah, we're going Alex. Oh.
You really want to drive this sucker?
Yeah.
On the road?
Hopefully don't die out of fuel.
It sounds like, what does the fuel gauge say?
Quarter.
Order.
Go. We'll see what this thing does.
I'm going.
What bottle?
Oh, sounds like exhaust like that.
No, that's something to do with the,
Clutch.
yeah.
Strawberry. Holy moly.
Oh my gosh, the brakes work now.
The blinker's so slow.
Can't see. Oh, I see another car.
To be continued.
Oh,
Rachel. Rachel's out here smoking everyone out, starting out in fourth gear. Okay, first and fourth.
Everybody behind us is
She lost the shifter.
So
What do you guys think?
it got all messed up.
It's been a while since the wife's had his manual. Oh, and the seatbelt doesn't work.
No, wait, that was not my fault. That's because the shifter came off and you guys
Rachel,
were screaming
you just
at
gotta
me.
keep pressure on it while shifting.
I'll learn the quirks
Oh,
later.
hey, look at the tachometer, or tach doesn't work.
which? Oh,
She seems like she's running pretty good.
Everybody behind us is driving so slow. And I feel like
Oh, shit, it has the overdrive?
Oh, yeah. That's the 5-speed. I don't know. I dig it. We'll see if radio works, but I don't want to get copyright claims. Man, I dig it. It's been a long time since I've had OBS, so that's cool. Oh, holy black smoke. Oh, the brakes are touching. Well, took around the valley, about 10 miles, probably drove it. Couple things I noticed. Started running rougher again. A lot better, like it's drivable. It was not really drivable before. So next video, fuel filter start going through it. I don't think it's an injector, because I don't know. It could be. We'll find out. Got a massive coolant leak coming from this shut-off valve. That's easy fix. And yeah, we'll just go through it. Definitely not leaking diesel around the injectors anymore on the return line. That's one thing. The tack doesn't work. The seat belt doesn't work. The inside door handle doesn't work. There's plenty of stuff to fix. So, but you know what? For 500 bucks, not too shabby. See you guys on the next one.